ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It's time once again. It's time for that podcast heard, well, around a few places, by tens of listeners. It's time for the Department of Understanding Humans, the podcast. That's right, the podcast, featuring your ringmasters for the day, that stupendous giggle-snorting gal, Friday herself, Rachel Wynn, and now her co-host actually has a name, that cranky clown you love to adore, Chris Meyer. And on with the show!
D.U.H, Department of Understanding Humans, yeah!
Good morning.
Good morning.
How do you do?
I'm going to say I do fine.
Hey, better than not doing fine, right?
Right, exactly.
By the way, are you prepared for Snowmageddon?
Oh my God, are we really, is this, they always say that this is going to happen and then it never happens. Snowmageddon, psych.
Well, they've changed the forecast now here 4 times, where we're not going to get anything, and then we're going to get something, then we're not going to get anything, and now we're under a winter storm watch.
Oh, really? All right, let's see what we're doing for Atlanta.
In Atlanta. Because you don't pronounce the T in Atlanta, you just say Atlanta.
Atlanta.
It's like Birmingham. You don't pronounce the G, you just say Birmingham.
Right, and when I was growing up, it wasn't Long Island, it was Long Island.
Long Island.
You don't pronounce the G or the D, Long Island.
Long Island.
There you go. Let's see. I got a little bit of a cough today, so excuse me. I think I swallowed a dog while I was sleeping. Yeah, just
Are you sick?
No, it's just the weather. It looks like we've got rain all week.
Oh, so you're just going to have rain.
Yeah, it's going to be in the 60s and 40s, but it's not going to ever really get super low enough for anything to happen. So it's just going to be another wet Atlanta time. Yay, rah. Mud dog, proceed.
Well, we will see. We will see what happens here and keep you updated. What's going to happen is we get up to like 60 today, and then we have rain tonight. Rain moves in. And then all of a sudden, once the rain moves in, we drop to something crazy like 28 tonight while it's raining.
That is insane.
So the past couple of days, it's been good and cold here where the ground is still cold. It's still a little mushy from all the rain we've had. So it's good, wet, cold. And once the ground freezes, I think we'll be in the house for a little bit.
Huh.
Because the next day it doesn't get above like 30 or something the next day. So I think we're going to be housebound for a day or two.
Sitting housebound, not leaving the couch, watching all the Netflix binge-worthy shows.
Booze. Let's just hope the power keeps.
Yes, I know somebody in Wisconsin who their power went out, and it was quite cold for a little while up in there.
Mm-hmm.
Little cold. But anyway, yeah, no, I got your message about the they're calling for snow. And what's really funny is when we were getting ready for groceries yesterday, we used, I've mentioned this before, we use Instacart to have them delivered to the house because I can't walk very much because of my surgery and other reasons. I just social anxiety. I don't like people. So on the list, the husband puts, he goes, I have put the snow thwarting items on the list. I said, what's that? He said, bread and milk.
Bread and milk. Gotta get the bread and milk. Gotta get the bread and milk. Gotta get the bread and milk. Well, we got a loaf of bread just in case. But we got like cream for coffee. We didn't get milk. Because I ain't going without cream for my coffee. Sorry.
Right. Well, yeah. I have, and that may be why I'm kind of coughing. We had a bottle of half and half that we weren't using. We had gotten it because we were going to do turkey sausage gravy, like white gravy. And so we hadn't used it and it needed to be used. So I ran out of creamer. I usually do like a sugar-free International Delight thing. And so I ran out of creamer and I started using the half and half. And dairy is not my friend. It clogs me up and it makes me sound like I'm a Yenta from Brooklyn. Oh my God, we're all gonna die. So that's probably why I'm a little coffee.
Right.
Because I've been having that with my coffee, and enjoying the wonderful delight that is milk fat. It just doesn't taste like, I mean, nothing else tastes that good as cream. Like, I mean, now at one point I was doing, because my friends are doing the keto stuff, and she was using whipping cream.
Right, heavy cream.
Heavy cream in her, no, whipping cream, not just heavy cream, whipping cream. Yeah,
that's actually heavy and whipping are about the same thing.
Are they about the same thing? Okay. But I was just like saying whipping cream. Whipping. I've got Cool Whip. Oh, mother. I've got a surprise for you. It's bigger than a toaster and it's in my diaper.
Nice.
I love
Stewie. Keto coffee.
So I was having that, but that got so, like, my stomach, I'm not lactose intolerant, but after a while, it's just kind of like my body goes, what are you doing? What is this?
Yeah, your body just kind of goes, what is going on here?
You're not a baby cow. Baby cows drink milk. Come on. Like, what happened? My God. So I have to be careful with the amount of milk fat I put in my system. Yeah, good stuff. So this week starts the partial end to the partial shutdown of the partial government.
Right, because the Super Bowl is going to go on and people are traveling. And
people actually think that they've done this for the Super Bowl. They said it on Rush Limbaugh. Like, there was a guy who called in. He's like, let me just say that TSA is causing 2-hour delays in Atlanta. So, of course, they're going to open the government so that there's no delays and they can fly these people in and out for the Super Bowl. This is all just because of the Super Bowl. It's all a money making. I'm like, are you serious, dude? Really? There is more going on than the freaking Super Bowl in the world.
Yeah, but watch when it closes down again, because it ain't going to remain open.
You don't think so? You don't think that at the end of the 3 weeks they're going to go, okay,
I don't
we're done.
So.
I
don't think so, because there's two sides to the government shutdown. They're both being babies instead of getting together and actually solving the issue. I think we're in for a long shutdown.
I hope not. I hope not either for you. For my sake. I got my own personal reasons. Hello. I want to go in there with a fire hose and just spray them both down and be like, get in your corners. Bad. Do your job or you're fired. Like,
once again, congressional term limits and you're dealing with a guy who's a power player that has always heard yes or will make it heard yes all his life.
And he's a businessman, which is one of the reasons why people who voted for him, because he's not a politician. He's a businessman. And
I'll give it to him, whether you like it or not. He's at least sticking to a campaign promise, which is surprising.
Yeah, he is. My concern, though, is all of this positive stuff that's happened in the last couple months, in the last year. You know, the economy's gone up, the unemployment rate's gone down, et cetera, et cetera.
It's for naught now.
Yeah, it's all gone because, I mean, grocery prices are going up because of the stuff that's related to any kind of government facility, like FDA stuff. Companies can't pay their employees. I mean, especially if they've got federal contracts, they can't, it's just so, right. Or any kind of government entity contracts. I almost wonder what's going to happen. I mean, not only just with the job market and the economy, but what's going to happen to the infrastructure of the country if this goes on too long? I mean, a lot of our highways are federally subsidized. A lot of our bridge support and work and stuff is federally subsidized. Now,
Right.
I mean, I don't think that we're a target per se for anybody to do something stupid like, attack the country. I think the military, of course, our military, because we love our military. And I think our military is strong enough and in a good position to be able to handle it. But I think internally we're going to have some issues if this keeps on for so long.
What will happen, honestly, is we're gonna see a big upheaval in election come 2020. I don't think anybody will vote Republican. I don't think anybody will vote Democrat. I think you're going to finally see an independent run and win for president. I think now America has gotten tired. That same tired group that was partly responsible for voting Trump in, I think that group is now really sick and tired of everything going on. And you've got more people who were Democrat and Republican, liberal or conservative, what have you. They're now moving towards the libertarian side. You got to remember, there's more than one party in this country.
I know, but
the two big parties have made it out to be like, nope, we're your only choices in the country.
Right. And that goes back to like one of our very first podcasts where we were talking about the Coke or Pepsi syndrome.
Right.
It's either Coke or it's Pepsi, and it's like, well, you're either Coke or you're Pepsi. You either want a Coke or you want a Pepsi. In Atlanta, it's all Coke. There is no
It's all Coke. Birmingham, it's all Coke too.
I mean, because
well, I don't know. I have to correct myself on that because we have Buffalo Rock in Birmingham, which is the big soda distributor for Pepsi. And
I mean, there are places that have Pepsi. I'm just saying because but the majority, it's kind of a tongue in cheek. The majority of places in Atlanta serve Coke because Coke is in Atlanta and blah blah blah.
Right.
Like Nashville actually is home to RC Cola.
North Carolina Cheerwine.
Yeah, so I mean everybody's got their own stuff, but Coke or Pepsi. So I mean that's where politics have gone. Republican or Democrat. But there's more to it. You're right. There's way more to it. Now I would have voted independent previously had the candidates been more in line with what I wanted. Mm-hmm. As a voter. And as a female voter, I have a little bit more of a pickiness to it.
Because I'm a woman.
But I can think and I can do math, and I did not make a mistake in my vote. I still firmly believe that. So shut up, Dems. But I think that, I think you're right. I think that it's going to end up going into some sort of independent libertarian type thing. Who ran? Oh, who was it? Not Perot. Oh my God, but he was funny.
Ron Paul.
Yeah. What happened to him?
He's still around.
But he pulled out.
Yeah.
He left the campaign at some point. I was like, "Why, dude? You should have stayed."
I honestly don't remember. I wish I knew, but I honestly don't remember.
It feels like a lifetime ago, doesn't it?
Golly. Oh, it feels like forever ago.
I mean, we've been running for 2 years. Can you believe it?
I know, right?
And we're going to Dragon Con again for a second time.
We're going to Dragon Con again for a second time. And our number one fan might actually be there. Ooh, Susan.
And we might be able to get her on the microphone. And it's so funny.
I don't know. I think Susan's moving down from being number one fan because I had a fan send me some stuff.
Oh, this. I think we're in there's a contest here for number one fan now. Ooh.
Maddie Wreck with Utz chips.
That was the video you posted.
Heard my plea that I don't get Utz Chesapeake Bay crab seasoned chips.
Okay, so now explain to me. These don't taste like crab. They taste like
no, they
seasoning.
don't taste like crab. They taste like the seasoning on potato chips, and it's like a smoky kind of heat, but not an overly burn your tongue. It is a spicy peppery, smoky taste, like the seasoning you put, like Old Bay or Chesapeake Bay seasoning on crabs.
Okay.
That you put them in the pot, you soak them, you boil them, and it's
So
that
good.
seasoning that's blended in.
So
oh my
good.
god!
Oh my gosh. I can't do Old Bay anymore because it gives me headaches. There's something in the mix.
But let me tell you,
But I wanna get a hold of some of those chips.
I am so happy. I am like a pig in muck right now because I have my chips. And he didn't just send me one bag; he sent me like 14 individual snack bags where I can have just my fill and be okay. Good. So Maddie
Good job, buddy.
Maddie and the good people at Utz.
Telling
you, I think plugging Utz like crazy. Maybe they should be a sponsor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Dare I say it?
Hey Utz, you want in on this action? Come on. I have to go out later and I'm gonna see if I can find some Utz salt and vinegar and see what that's like. Because I never thought I would like salt and vinegar chips, I get a hold of those things and it's like, oh. Just saying.
Right, exactly.
Just like that.
Exactly. I now have Cole enjoying the Utz crab chip. She was like, I don't know about that. And I gave her one and she went, like, wow, you devoured that bag. I'm sorry.
How do you time that so perfect? I'm taking this drink. I've got a little bubbly. Speaking of Coke or Pepsi. Little bubbly. It's a carbonated lime type thing. And just as I'm taking a swig of that to wet my palate so that I don't sound so dry and dry eye, you're making funny noises about Cole eating chips. I almost spit my soda out. Like,
I don't know. It's a gift. It's my job. What I do.
You and your imitations of things. God, you do some really amazing voices. It kills me every single time. So, juggle.
Chris Griffin, get your fat ass over here. Anyway,
dance monkey.
Dance.
So, speaking of social commentary, you know that, like, I think you turned us onto it, the Orville.
Yes, the Orville.
Oh my gosh!
Wasn't this week's episode kind of good?
The utopian, dystopian, the reality of it.
They based everything off astrological signs,
right?
And I mean, and we were watching it, and I finally got Cole kind of watching it and going, "Wow, this is actually pretty good. What a commentary." Oh, we have to get these. They're premature. We have a lot of premature births because we have to. And they were taking babies out, doing emergency C-sections way too early because they didn't want to have these children born under a certain sign.
And apparently they were doing it for like 3,000 years, right?
Right. They were doing it for 3,000 years
because a star died. A star got gobbled up
and turned into a black hole.
Yeah. So here's my thing about that. And it's very ironic that, I mean, okay, Seth MacFarlane has always had a finger on the pulse of commentary, whether it be in his animated shows or in his stand-up or in anything that he's ever done. He touches these topics, like the people that are very faux pas, like they don't want to talk about this.
Right, they want to kind of steer away from it. Right,
like a marriage being in trouble because one of the partners is addicted to porn. Right.
Yeah, that was a good episode.
That was a crazy. Okay, when they got in there and they're trying to fix the virus and they're all like, "Your head is shiny. It's so erotic." I'm like, "What the hell?"
Fix this quickly, man. Get him off me.
Come on, get him off me.
And it's because the society that people were kind of unnerved and creeped out because the society that we're talking about, where the guy is addicted to porn, they're all a male society.
Right.
Women are not. I guess they're taboo. They all lay eggs, and it's man love and all this other kind of stuff. So, It was a lot of homoerotic
Right, but what was
stuff that he was getting into.
It was interesting though, because when they sat down and did the therapy, he admitted to him that he was angry at the sex change of the baby, which they changed the child from female to male, and he felt like that they had done wrong by the child by doing that. And so he was upset with his partner, and it became an underlying issue that grew into something else, which happens in real life. And so, you know, in this last episode where they land, it's a first contact. They've never met these people before. And then they walk in and they realize that they've done something that goes against their culture, and suddenly it hits the fan, right?
Yeah, it really hits the fan. Like the planet takes two of the one that had the porn problem and the commander, Adrian Panalaki, they take him to the camp.
Right.
To like this internment camp where they take all the people born under this one astrological sign and are like, nope, you're gone, bye.
And so to me, that like there was two things that really spoke to me in that. One, they went into somebody else's culture, and even their admiral said, who are we to judge their culture? We can't do anything by force. There was that. And then there was two, the people in the camp, they actually felt like they belonged there. Like they had been told over and over and over again that this was normal for them, right? And it took outsiders to come in and go, no, this isn't normal, right?
This isn't right.
But at the same time, you go back to the original statement of, this is their culture. Who are we to judge?
Who are we to judge? Who are we to come in and tell them?
And so, like, the irony is when we saw that episode, we had also gone to eat Indian food at a family-run Indian restaurant down here in McDonough. It's called Bombay Bites, and it is so good. And one of the things that I love about going there is they invite us into their culture. When we sit down, they don't just go, here, filthy American, eat our food and enjoy it the way you think it should be enjoyed. They actually sit down, like if they see me kind of like they put these little pancake things down that had these little potato and vegetable fillings, right? Mm-hmm. And then they also had a basket of naan, which I love naan. And so we're all, the four of us at the table are like, oh wow, this is really good. What is this, right? And one of the owners walks over and he goes, here, dip it in this. This is how it's meant to be enjoyed. And then traditionally, after it's not scalding hot, you might want to drink the bowl because it's like the soup, right? And I'm like, really? Awesome. Oh my gosh, thank you. And so they sit there and they tell us, this is what this is. This is why it's made this way. This is how we enjoy it. And this is how we think that you'll enjoy it too if you do it this way. And I'm like, it's an invitation into their culture. Now, granted, at the same time, they've got like a TV over the bar that's playing Bollywood videos, like music videos that are done in a very Bombay
Yeah, all that.
And I'm dying because I love it. The visuals are amazing. The colors are all bright. The dance numbers are totally extravagant. The weird thing for me, though, is I thought that they were more conservative. Like, I don't know why I got the impression that the Indian culture, they wear conservative clothing. They cover their women. I thought that they wouldn't show as much skin as they were showing in these videos, but apparently they do. So I was like, wow, she's got on like a tank top and shorts that are like Daisy Dukes, and that's very sexually oriented. Okay, I guess they do have some fun over there.
India is changing.
It is. But one of the other things, I actually sat there, and I don't do this very often because I'm not a girly girl, but I'm like, wow, her hair is beautiful. Mm-hmm. I wonder what they do to make their hair so long. And so, I'm lost in this video eating their, like, I'm chewing on a piece of naan, just staring at the video going, wow, look at her hair. I'm not that girl. I don't do that.
Right.
But it was this invitation into their culture. It was so cool. And I think that's a lot of, I think, I wonder if it's a generational thing, because now granted, I know that I've trashed the NFL in the past just because, but the truth is, because of the job that my parental unit had at the time, I was afforded the opportunity to go visit other cultures in their world. Like, I actually got to go to Europe as a child and actually meet people and learn and interact and step into their culture. You know, not just go to a Mexican restaurant and have, you know, Americanized Mexican food. I went, you know, a couple of years ago, I went to Bogota, Colombia, and actually got to eat real Colombian cuisine, the way they do it in their houses. So good. So good. And I think more people need to do that. But the problem is, too, when you go visit other cultures, when you go to other countries, behave. You're in their house. Exactly. You are in their house. Don't be that filthy American that shows up and goes, "Why are you wearing that hat? You shouldn't be wearing that hat. That's crap." Blah, 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 blah. Let them wear what they're going to. Keep your mouth shut and enjoy their culture. Because if you...
By the way, for people that, you know, I've heard somebody say, "Damn dirty Indian," blah, blah, blah. The Indian people, okay, has a culture, are not exactly Muslim. Okay? They're Hindi. Some are Buddhist. A lot are Hindi. Hindu
It's
Indians.
So beautiful.
Okay? Yes, some are Muslims, but they're not the burn America, death to the infidel Muslim. They are more the we should live and let live kind.
Yes. And that's the thing that even plagues Americans who are in the Christian religion. There are religions and there are beliefs and there are faiths worldwide, and in each one there's always a group, a sect, that decides that they're going to get a little radical. Islam is not a bad religion. Being a Muslim is not bad. There are some bad people out there.
You're a Muslim. Okay, that's a little crazy. Okay.
Well, yeah, but I mean, again, that's a sect. That's another part of it. Like,
sect.
There are Baptists, there are Christians, there are evangelical Christians, there are Roman Catholics, you know, blah, 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 all different kind of levels of Christianity. And some of them are better and some of them are worse. The Catholics went through the entire, population of Europe at one point, just destroying people. So...
The Inquisition. The Inquisition.
So, don't hold one person captive based on something another group of people are doing. That educate yourselves. And, find out more, ask questions. Go to a temple, ask a Jew why they're Jewish. Find out what it was like. Get with other people in general. Oh God, please reach out to other generations. Please. Yes. Go to the if you live in California and you live by the beach where they play chess, go sit down and talk to these people. Find out more. Ask questions. Don't just assume that what the media is feeding you is right. We have an entire generation of people that may be lost because they didn't go out and find out stuff. Education has changed. People have changed. Indoctrination to different things have changed.
Exactly.
Coke or Pepsi, Coke or Pepsi, Coke or Pepsi. Hey, guess what? There's 7-Up. there's what's the one that was the cherry?
Cheerwine.
That one, Cheerwine. There's other stuff. Go out there and taste different tastes. Do other things. Learn. Find out why these social commentaries are funny. Find out why we laugh at some of this stuff. Ask questions. Please ask questions. Please. Like I'm seriously if the government shutdown continues, I am seriously considering doing the Life 101, the Adulting 101 classes.
Might as well.
I mean, like I don't think I could get a building and rent it out and, do home ec, but I can figure something out. Maybe I'll come to your house and teach you how to iron. Of course, I can't really do any of that myself right now because I can barely walk. But hey, it's a goal. Everybody's got to have goals. Goal setting. Come on. I'll be your life coach. Yeah. Life goals. Oh my gosh.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't have anything else.
I think that's a podcast.
I think that's a podcast. I think we'll keep it short and sweet today and
Short and sweet.
close the books on this one.
Say thanks. That's a short and sweet podcast for the Department of Understanding Humans.
That it is. That it is.
You guys have a great
That'll
week
do.
and be good to each other. Dad,
All right,
gummit.
everybody. Bye. And if you want, you should go look at Utz crab chips. Utz, crunchy and delicious.
Have they paid you? Oh wait, you got chips. I was gonna say, have they paid you
Yeah,
for
I
that
got
plug yet?
I got chips. I'm
You
fine.
got chips. So jealous. Hashtag jelly.
People love me.
People do love you, and by the way, people love you so
Uh-huh.
much that you're getting all the fan mail. I'm gonna hand over Twitter to you so that you can start Wendy's reacting to people.
Yeah, sure. Be happy to do that.
Be like Wendy's and talk crap to people.
I will be happy to do that. I will
So
talk
follow
crap.
us on Twitter at DuTwit and look for Chris being in a DuTwit while
By the
eating
way,
his Utz chips.
Before we end the show,
Before
I
we
have
end.
to say this. It is a great Twitter comment here. Chick-fil-A is not going to be open for the Super Bowl. Okay, they're not going to be open in their Atlanta stadium.
You know why?
Well, they don't open on Sundays.
Sunday.
On Twitter, on their Twitter feed goes, as per usual, due to the announcements and due to the request, we will be open on Sunday. No exception. We will not be open on Sunday. Excuse me. We'll be closed per Super Bowl Sunday. No exceptions. This is our rule. This is how we've always done business. No matter what, we always give the employees a day off. It's because there's a Chick-fil-A in the Mercedes-Benz.
Right.
Burger King got smart with them and said, don't worry, everyone. We'll be open as per usual at Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A answers back, awfully bold of you to assume that people actually care if you're open on Sundays or not. Bye.
Guess what I'm getting for lunch today?
Effing priceless.
Guess what I'm getting for lunch today?
That out of anything I've read,
Ladies and gentlemen,
it's great.
that just happened. I will go get Chick-fil-A today, and I will tell them that one of the reasons why I'm getting them for my lunch is because of that Twitter.
Because of the Twitter. Because of that.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Oh, goodness. Well, that's a podcast.
That's a podcast.
That's a
Thanks
podcast.
for listening.
Tune in next time when we hear Rachel go. All right.
Thanks for joining us here at the Department of Understanding Humans, also known as DUH. Just remember, this is our circus. These are our monkeys. Be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and other social media outlets. You can find all of our podcasting streams and feeds at our website at www.dawebsite.com. That's D.U.H website.com. Thanks again for joining us, and have a great day.